This morning's presentation is in two parts. There's going to be two parts to that presentation. Firstly, I'm going to say a couple of words about what Gloucestershire means to the County Council, and then Bill Murphy is coming along. We're very much here to talk about the very exciting plans we have here for the county. So we're going to do two very quick presentations which talks about what it means for Gloucestershire and what that rollout is potentially going to look like. We're going to do a short Q&A session as well, and as you can see already, and as you came in into the conference centre, there is a marketplace where you can find out more about faster broadband technology and looking at what that means and potentially could mean to you and your community. And there are members of the project team all around here this morning, so please do grab a member of the project team if you've got any detailed questions. But this is very much to get you up to date as to where we are and how we're going to achieve that. And I think it's probably worth me at this point saying a huge thank you to all those that have been involved, both on the Herefordshire and Gloucestershire County Council side and on BT side in getting to where we are today. It's been an immense piece of work that's had to be undertaken by over a number of months, and I've been, I know, very proud and impressed by the hard work that's gone in to get us to where we are today. Right, okay, so what does it mean for Gloucestershire? Well, I think it's firstly, remember that this is part of a much wider programme that the County Council is driving within our county. The Grow Gloucestershire campaign that's been going now for the last 12 to 18 months, and it's very much about getting our economy moving, making sure that we have the investment in our county that we need to create jobs, we need to create new business opportunities and really to drive our economy forward. And it's about £120 million worth of investment that we're seeing being drawn into our county over the next couple of years. And I think we're immensely proud on Gloucestershire County Council of what we're seeing that investment deliver, whether it's helping young people find the right skills, helping first-time buyers onto the ladder, creating the infrastructure, whether it's connecting Swindon to Kemble, looking at infrastructure improvements on our roads, or the infrastructure of the broadband, which is the future, which is broadband, which we're here to talk about today. This is a programme that's really focused on making sure that we get growth in our county, and I think we want to be able to continue that as we go forward. So what are we here to talk about today? This is the broadband investment. It's a joint project between us and Herefordshire Council to contract with BT to provide broadband across our two counties over the next couple of years. And it's a huge amount of public investment. You're looking at those figures there. It's £10.1 million in Herefordshire, £7.5 million in Gloucestershire, BD UK investment of £18.17 million, and BT investment of £20.9 million. This is the biggest infrastructure investment that we're seeing in our county today. It is the biggest part of investment from the County Council. It's the one part of growth that the County Council is promoting at the moment. We are absolutely committed to this project, and we believe that this is the right investment for our county because it's going to really deliver some huge benefits to our residents, to our businesses, and to our job prospects for young people. So what are we actually looking at providing as part of this investment? Well, this is about providing faster broadband to 88,000 rural homes and businesses in Gloucestershire by the end of 2015. That's 2 megabytes or more to all homes and businesses in our county within the project area, and up to 30 megabytes or more to the majority of homes and businesses within the project area. And many of you know, and I've got relatives who live in rural locations, some areas have still got dial-up speeds. In fact, you know, I'm going straight from here to my dad's house in Littledean, where he wants me to see if he can make his broadband go any faster. But the reality is that, you know, in many rural parts of our county, dial-up speed has been the norm for a long, long time, and that's holding back opportunities for residents and for businesses in our county. And this is what we're providing, a huge investment and really taking us forward to the cutting edge of connectivity and technology. So what's this going to mean for each individual element? It's going to mean improvements for businesses, it's going to mean improvements for homes, and it's going to mean improvements for the public sector as well. So if you're a business, you know, faster broadband means better connectivity into e-commerce. Cloud computing. Does everyone know what a cloud computer is? It's a computer that doesn't exist. It exists somewhere out on the internet. I've learned a lot about this over the last 12 months. It's about video conferencing. It's about remote access, better collaboration, sending and receiving huge files, marketing and networking. If you're a business today, broadband connectivity is absolutely key to your growth potential. If you're a hotel in a rural area, your ability to take online bookings is absolutely connected to what sort of cable you've got going into your hotel. If you're working from home, you know, your ability to work from home can be constrained by what sort of connectivity you have. So this is a real plus for businesses in Gloucestershire, and we'll see lots of opportunities going forward for potential more growth. What about if you're in your home as well? Well, faster broadband in your home will mean better connectivity to public sector services. It will mean you'll be able to go online and access far more information around education, health and well-being, travel and public transport, but it's also about, you know, your family and your ability to connect into services that some people in urban areas already take for granted. You know, the simple thing about streaming online movies. We all know that that seems to be the future of home entertainment, and we want to make sure that every single house in Gloucestershire has access to that new form of information exchange. But it also means huge improvements for the public sector as well. We're moving now in the public sector to how we can find savings, how we can deliver services more efficiently. And being online and delivering services online is a key component to that future. You know, our ability to stay in touch with local residents, our ability to stay in touch with people in social care, our ability to make sure that we're there providing services to people who need it the most in the community. Having a good rural broadband connectivity is absolutely key to that future. And one of the things that we'll be looking at as public sector Gloucestershire is how we can utilise this fantastic technology that's going to be delivered on our doorstep very, very soon. So bringing that all together, over the next couple of years, we are going to see a transformation within our county. We're going to see a transformation for businesses. We're going to see a transformation for residents in their homes. And we're going to see a transformation for the public sector as well. And the reason we're going to see that transformation is because we as Gloucestershire are going to become Fastershire. We're going to be a county that has that connectivity. We're going to be a county that's going to see those businesses and individual opportunities. And it's all down to the investment that ourselves and BT are putting into Gloucestershire over the next couple of years. And so on that note, I'm going to invite Bill to talk about what that rollout looks like and give us some more details on what we're going to see. Thank you.
I'm going to show you a little video before I get into my prepared remarks. But one thing I did want to say to the audience, that one of the things that always attracted me to Gloucestershire was the fact that the leadership of Gloucestershire, both the political leadership and the executive, viewed this as a critically important project from a competitiveness point of view. They felt if Gloucestershire did not get this type of infrastructure, that what Mark just talked about with his site teeming with activity would stop. And it wasn't just a competitiveness against other areas of the UK, and that's a reality. We do compete each day, so to speak, but it's competitiveness around the world, because increasingly connectiveness is about competitiveness, and those who use it best win. So what I'm going to do is sort of to give you a little view through a video of what you're going to expect to see over the next couple of years. All right, and again, we got a Q&A afterwards, so you can ask me questions then. But it describes in a very easy way what's going to happen and how actually complex the task is.
The big build to bring fibre broadband to the UK is complex, and it takes some time for a town or telephone exchange area to be upgraded. Here's how it works in a typical exchange area. The broadband many of us have today travels on copper lines from the telephone exchange, usually via a green roadside cabinet, to your home or business. The first piece of the next generation broadband jigsaw is the installation of fibre to the cabinet, or FTTC technology, which is where fibre optic cable is brought from the telephone exchange building to new green roadside cabinets. From the cabinet, it then travels over the existing copper line into your business or home. Download speeds of up to 80 megabits per second will be possible via this type of connection. In some areas, it will be possible to install another type of cutting-edge technology called Fibre to the Premises, or FTTP. This is the second piece of the jigsaw. Here, fibre is brought directly from the exchange into businesses and homes, bypassing the copper network completely. This will bring even faster download speeds of up to 300 megabits per second. Next will come solutions for exchange-only lines. These connect premises which are very close by, or perhaps much further away, directly to the exchange building. Finally, there will be some places where it will not be possible to install a fibre optic connection. Openreach is trialling alternative technologies to bring faster broadband to these areas, such as wireless, satellite and TV white spaces. Openreach's advanced copper broadband and Ethernet services will also play an important role as they continue to be rolled out across the UK. Crucially, the Openreach access network is open to all communications providers. This provides customers with a choice of service provider, keeping competition high and prices low. In reality, each of the technologies that make up the jigsaw will become available in different areas at different times. Not all of one area will go live on the same day, and not every technology will be used in each area. But when the jigsaw is complete, the UK will have one of the best fibre broadband infrastructures in the world, which will last for decades to come.
So you can see it's a very complex task using a mix of technologies, but the end result will be a world-class infrastructure that offers choice of supply. That was also very important to Herefordshire and Gloucestershire, that whatever networks were built, it wasn't just going to bring BT as an answer to businesses or to consumers. Our network has over 70 different ISPs today using the fibre infrastructure to provide services to their customers. That creates competition, that drives down prices. All right. Matter of fact, if you asked me 2 years ago, what would the price of superfast broadband be? I wouldn't tell you it was £16.49, that you could get it for 6 months free, and if you buy from BT, there's a £100 Sainsbury's voucher as well. But that's what happens in a competitive market. People compete for businesses, and that's exactly what we bring. I mean, that's what differentiates the UK from the rest of Europe. Matter of fact, we have the highest connection rate of any major economy in Europe, and the lowest prices. Lowest prices drives take-up. All right, very, very simple. I did want to touch on businesses, and I have an example after this. I ran the small and medium business. Despite this accent, I've been here for 23 years. So I ran the small and medium business division for 5 years. I have a very good understanding of how IT and communications can affect and promote business. All right? I see this rollout actually giving a boost to the economy. The more businesses we connect, the better it's going to be for the overall economy. I was up reviewing our program in Northern Ireland. I was the CEO there many years ago when the first generation of broadband rolled out. And I met with a small and medium business that's a digital business, 26 employees, £9 million turnover, so a good-sized business. And the CEO alone was saying it was saving him 2 hours a day, personally, with the new broadband infrastructure that they had. And then he was lobbying me quite hard to get broadband into areas of Northern Ireland where his employees lived, because many of them worked from home as well. And I just walked out of that meeting and said, geez, if we could give an hour back to every SME, what benefit would that bring? It would be fantastic. The feedback we're getting from small businesses today, when they plug into the new network, all right, and there's a huge role here for all of us, for the media, for government, from industry, to explain the benefits to small businesses, because as I always used to tell my teams, it's their money. And if you're going to ask them for money, you better explain why there's going to be a benefit, right? But what we're hearing Immediate boost in productivity, it's going faster. Now that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But the fact of the matter is productivity increases should help their businesses be more effective, more efficient. New services, improving web presence, and also making it easier to engage with the internet, right? So using it more. But definitely increase in productivity, and I've met hundreds of SMEs that actually added people once they got a better infrastructure, because they could. Because there's no point bringing people into work, so to speak, if they couldn't work effectively without good internet. Here's a nice example down in Cornwall, a small business. You know, and if you look at this, this is a business down in Cornwall that competes for business across the UK. They get super fast broadband, and guess what? Place doesn't matter. Or maybe place really does matter. You know, as the real estate people say, location, location, location. Well, you can work where you want to work. And what we're seeing in Cornwall, because Cornwall's about 55% complete, people moving back from London. Businesses starting up that wouldn't have started up before because they didn't have the connectivity they wanted. All right. But again here, ease of access, competitiveness, right? New services, all right? And those, again, recurring themes we constantly hear from businesses if they get good connectivity. And that's what we expect to accomplish here. You know, as the slide, as the big build showed, you know, and I'll just concentrate on these two types of technology you'll hear a lot about. Fiber to the cabinet, and I'll show you a picture in a second of a cab. You know, across Herefordshire and Gloucestershire, we'll be standing up, in other words, installing 800 cabinets. All of them will need planning approval. All of them will need power. All of them will need the community on site. So very, very important that we work together to get this out effectively and as quickly as possible. And then they'll have FTTP. And this is where, you know, we might have to close some roads. We might have to put up new telegraph poles or telephone poles. The fact of the matter is, at the heart of this project is a huge engineering and logistics challenge. All right, so there will be times that roads will be closed. There'll be times that we'll have to negotiate where cabinets go, so that we get the best possible location that's good for the community and good for the network. That's what a green cab, they can look like that. That's one of the smaller versions, and they're ones that are a little bit bigger. They need to be within 50 meters of the old cab. All right, very, very important that in order to get the delivery service that we want to serve. But as I said, there'll be 800 standing up right across Herefordshire and Gloucestershire. So today I'd like to announce that the first 15,000 premises, homes, businesses that will be passing. All right. The first cabs will be standing up will be August of this year, so we'll actually stand them up and power them. In September, we'll start adding the first customers. So 15,000 homes and businesses will start to see from September the benefits of superfast broadband. That phase will take approximately 4 to 6 months, but in September, if not a little bit earlier, we'll announce the next 35,000. So this is the first tranche, all right? These are the villages and towns that we will go to first. Oh, and by the way, we have a huge commercial rollout. This is the bit that BT paid for on itself, the commercial rollout. 66% of the country, and the commercial rollout will be complete by spring of next year, April, May. And we're very, very active in the county already. But nonetheless, the new program is going to start delivering from September 15,000 premises that will start serving businesses and residents. There are 4 phases we go through. You know, and I have to repeat this. This is a huge engineering and logistics challenge. There are some parts of the country where I actually believe people think it's all done by magic, you know, and it's an easy task. It's a huge, complex task, both coordinating with the public sector and getting it right, with our teams, our build teams, our contractors, our suppliers, all right, you know, as I said, we've been quite fortunate. We've been working for 3 years now. We've passed 14 million premises. So 14 million premises, whether they be homes or businesses, can now get superfast broadband. And we're doing that at a rate of about 150,000 a week. So we pass so that people can, you know, get the service, about 150,000 a week. And that actually will start to grow even faster. But we go through a couple different phases: mobilization, pre-planning, preparing the exchanges, planning the network, which is all those first 3 phases are underway. We're very active. We've established a joint team between the counties and ourselves, which is fantastic. It's the only way to do it. And then from late summer, as I said, you'll start seeing the first cabs and first installations. All right. And then from the 4th calendar quarter of this year, you'll see the activity really pick up momentum. So 15,000 first, and then immediately into a 35,000 prem rollout. The counties have, I think, picked a very good and exciting and different name, which will I think, prove useful for the communities. But Gloucestershire, over the next couple of months from the summer, will be the place to go to actually figure out when you're going to get the service. All right, but you'll see from here, from the summer, accepting orders coming soon, future exchange under evaluation. All right, so you'll be able to start engaging and figuring out what comes next. Again, just to emphasize the size of the project. Across the 2 counties, 800 cabs, I mentioned earlier, 2,500 kilometers of fiber. So that's new fiber that will be put into the network that our build teams will be providing. Literally involved hundreds of engineers and 1 million man-hours of activity. Hopefully, you don't get a chance to see any of that. You just get the end result. You can place an order and you'll get a service from whatever service provider that you wish. But it's a huge engineering task. That's my email address. If anybody has any questions, very happy to answer them. I'm usually available most times of day and night. It's bill.murphy@bt.com. But, and just one more. And that's how you keep up to date, all right? And follow us on social media as well as the website itself. Thank you very much.